Cameras on?
Yes. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Peace. This is Gift the Gab,
Chief XL.
and we are Blackalicious, chilling in Raleigh, North Carolina. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chief XL, you had a radio show at UC Davis for KDVS, and I was wondering if you had a radio show today, who are some artists that you would play?
Wow, there's a ton of artists that I would play. I'm a huge Anderson .Paak fan. Chance the Rapper, J. Cole. Man, list goes on and on and on. I'd also go back to a lot of my earlier influences. I play a lot of Brazilian, a lot of African. Fela Kuti, Marcos Faye. From the jazz stuff, Max Roach. Yeah, it's endless.
Gift of Gab, you rapped about the Black Panthers and Marcus Garvey on the song Blacka. Both of you graduated from the same high school as Cornell West, and Nia was inspired by the Milton Man March. With yesterday being Martin Luther King Day, what can you say about the importance of AfricanAmerican activism?
I think that it's very important, because of the way that we were brought into this country. We're doing great things. We're making great strides, but we have a lot to go. We still have a way to go, because, like I said, because of the way we were brought into America, and because of a lot of oppression that we've had to face over the years. So it's all about everybody being free and everybody being happy and everybody being on the same plane, far as your peace and far as your happiness and where you are in life. So I feel very proud to be an African American, and of all the things that we've all accomplished, and of all of the great people that have come out of our community, and I feel like it's all about continuing what they were doing, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Huey Newton, and continuing that and continuing to elevate everyone that needs to be elevated, because every human being deserves to be happy and have peace. That's how I feel.
Gift of Gab, do you have a top 5 list of MCs? And Chief XL, do you have a top 5 producers?
Every time I ask that question, I think of 5 more that I would add to that list.
Well, they're not
so I would
necessarily
say my top 5 today, I would say would be Dr. Dre, Teddy Riley, Arif Mardin. He used to do a lot of records on Atlantic Records back in the 60s and 70s. He produced like Aretha Franklin and all kind of people. I would say Large Professor. And the last one, I would put 2 people in that slot. It would be DJ Premier and Pete Rock.
Rakim, KRS. Wow, that changes too as years go on. Rakim and KRS are definitely. Chuck D is definitely on there. Coogee Rap is definitely on there. Big Daddy Kane. I'd have to. If I was saying of all time, those are the first 5 names that pop out for me.
Chief XL, you have multiple storage units of records. What is the most unexpected or odd genre of music that you can find in your crates?
Nothing is really unexpected because I look for everything from children's records to Turkish jazz. There's always some sort of nugget. There's not one where it's like. It would be one thing if I only collected funk or if I only collected soul, but since I collect pretty much anything I can get my hands on, there's no oddballs, only gems.
You guys have described your music as necessary. What core message would you want to resonate with younger audiences?
I would say the message of being the best person you can be, being the best, the message of being the best person you can be, being who you aspire to be, and treat people like you want to be treated. Because what you put out, you get back. And it's not all about what you get, it's about who you are and what you contribute to the world, you know. That's the personal message, you know. That's the way, you know, as at my age and where we're at our age and where we're at, you know, it's how we feel, you know. At the end of the day, we're all in this universe, in this world, and we're all supposed to be beacons of our instruments of the divine creator of God's truth, you know. So, you know, I could go on, I could write a book about it, but that's it.
I would say be the best version of you, because the best version of you contributes to the collective, and contributions to the collective are what we need right now in really dark times that we're living in.
Absolutely.
You guys have brushed shoulders with Questlove, DJ Shadow, and MF Doom through the Mighty Underdogs. Who is the artist that you were most excited about meeting?
I think I'd be pretty excited to meet Erykah Badu. I've never met her in person.
I've met Rhiannon, I've met KRS-One, I've met Chuck D. Big Daddy Kane in that top 5 is the only ones that I have never met. I'd love to meet him and actually have a conversation about the art of lyricism with him.
You are the lyrics of Blackalicious. Have you ever tried producing before?
You know, in the future I might. You know, right now I'm at a place with some of my records, not all of them, not the Blackalicious records, but some of the other, you know, experiments I'm working on where I interpret melodies. Like, I can hear the music in my head that I want to rap over. You know, I'll write the style and I'll create music in my head, and I'll give it to a producer. I'll give it to a musician first, and I'll say, play this the way I hear it, and then I'll give that to a producer to produce. You know, I've never actually tried my hand at producing, but you know what? You only live once. I might suck, but you only live once, so why not? You know.
And Chief, have you ever tried rapping?
Not seriously. Not seriously, messing around, but you know, I'm pretty secure in what my lane is, you know, and really exploring that to the fullest, you know. So that's not to say that I would ever rule.
But music is your lane, period. So
yeah,
music, all of music is your lane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So what I was about to say was that, you know, I would never rule anything out. You know, if that's where inspiration takes me one day. But right now, I'm just so locked in and focused on sound. That's my thing, you know.
I just want to take it back to when you guys met at JFK High School in economics class.
Damn.
You guys used to debate about Ice-T Too Short being better.
Did your research.
Do you guys have an answer nowadays of who is better, Ice-T or Too Short?
I think they were both necessary, and they were both vital to the arc and the development of not only the music, but the culture.
So we finally come to a compromise after many years.